Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Radio Silent Play. Today is December 4th, 2014. I am your moderator for today. Let me start off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence before trading any stocks or options. Trading stocks and options require lots of risk. Okay, I just want to thank everybody for joining me today. What we're pretty much going to do is basically the same thing we do on Sundays. We posted the weekly watch list for small caps, options, and also the OTC weekly watch list a little bit ahead of time. I will not be posting a Sunday watch list, and we will not have a meeting on Sunday. I will be away on business, so I just want to get people just up to speed on what's going on. Overall, the markets are buoyant. When we're talking about the big boards, a couple of traders have been making some solid plays. I haven't been putting out too many stocks. We were trading Starbucks, and that's been doing pretty well. For the most part, what we're looking for is key signals. We have lower volume, so with low volume, what we expect is upside bias. So I just want traders to be aware. That's one of the reasons I haven't really been pushing any setups in. There's a lot of manipulation going on. Mario Draghi speaks tomorrow, so you may get a push or a bump. Either way, okay, so we want to pay attention. The weakest market right now is the IWM. If you look at the IWM, just give me 1 second. If you look at the IWM, what you're seeing here is compared to all the other markets, which the SPY, the NASDAQ, the IWM seems to be posting a little bit of a bear flag here. So I want traders to just watch the IWM. I did post it on the option setups, but what I'm seeing here is a bear flag forming. So what we want to see is possibly a entry here at the 118.60 level, 118 range. I think that'll be a good potential for picking up the TZA puts going on to January, February. So just bear that in mind. I want traders to be aware that the markets are a little bit more stagnant. You're not seeing that much volatility in the markets, and in order for you to scalp without volatility, it's a little tougher. Will there be opportunities? Yes, there will be. But like I said, I like taking on trades that are a little bit more less risk. Okay, so it's up to traders whether they want to take on some trades. It's totally up to them. Look at the SPY right now. Okay, the SPY is basically testing that 207, 208 level. Okay, if you connect the pivot high from September till the move in November, you're coming up to major resistance here at the 208.70 level. Okay, so that 208.70 level to 210. Okay, KISS. That may be a good entry for the SDS calls. I would go a little longer term. Remember, this is December, so sometimes they want to push the markets higher into the holidays. But at the same point, with that said, you have a support of 205.80. So if it does hit that 208, 208.70, it may pull back to that 205.80, and you'll have a nice scalp opportunity there too as well. So just keep that in mind. And I mentioned that I was going to talk a little bit about the forex or currencies. I'm looking at the Japanese yen here. Okay, I know it's been beaten down, but it's been holding. Okay, RSI is at 2018. So what I would do, I would hold. Okay, or I would look to purchase the FXY if you're going long. Okay, here at that 80 range. Okay, any pullback to the 80 range would be a good buying opportunity for the FXY. Another one that I'm looking at is the Canadian dollar. Okay, and that's the FXC. So just watch that 85, 86 level on the FXC. If it pulls back, you had a little bit of a jump in gold and silver. Remember, the Canadian dollar works on miners, so it's been beaten down. I think that in the longer term, as an investor, you want to look at the FXC, you want to look at the FXY for a move higher. into the new year. Okay, another one that I'm looking at with oil getting killed out there, it's just a matter of time before it bounces. The RSX. Okay, the RSX currently at $18.60 cents, pretty much beaten down. I still think that the GDP on the Russian markets is still a lot better than what they seem to tell you. So the RSX I think is a good longer term play for traders that want to go long on the RSX and the Russian ETF. So just bear that in mind. That sometimes you want to buy the blood. So what I would keep a radar or put it on your scanner would be the FXY, okay, the FXC, the RSX, and the IWM. Okay, so just watch those. Moving along, I'm gonna cover some of the option triggers that I posted. Okay, as I said, the IWM is pretty much the weakest market out of all the ETFs, I think. If you look at this trend line here, okay, we're posting pretty much lower highs. And what I'm seeing here is a bear flag forming. So what I would look for is an entry from 118 to 119. If it does trigger, okay, and you guys want to go long, you can look to buy the TZA calls for January or February, okay? My target here would be target 1 of 116 and a target 2 of 115. Ultimately, I think that this thing will go down to that 112 range. So going IWM puts, if it gets to that 118, 119 level, I think it would be a good risk reward. Another one, a lot of people are saying that U.S. oil or oil, just in general, oil is breaking down. I start seeing all the bears on the media outlets. They're saying oil, watch out for oil, watch out for oil. Well, oil is looking kind of interesting around here. So if it gets dollars to $25.50, I would go long. I would go long with a strike of 27. Okay. If you want to go a little bit longer into some expiration dates, you can do that as well. But I think going long on the U.S. oil, okay, into winter, I think it'll pay off. Okay. There's a lot of politics involved on why oil is. There's nothing fundamental about why oil is going down, and pretty much it's pretty much you know a political thing with Russia. So if you know Russia, pretty much its growth its growth domestic product is based on gas and oil. And if you look at the UGA also, okay, the UGA is another good one to start watching here. Okay, the UGA right now is basically oversold here, so I want guys to keep an eye on the UGA and also the USO. Okay, this could be buying opportunity going longer term. Okay, and these contracts could go anywhere from 3 uh, to several months. So if you guys want to start accumulating the UGA, just watch that 40 even number for the UGA and also the USO. Sears Holdings. Okay, today we had a close below the 50 day moving average, which was 33.18. So watch any pullback up to this 34 level. I think it's a good shorting opportunity. Ultimately, I think that this thing will go down to this 26 range. Okay, but for now, okay, any pullback up to this 20-day moving average or this 34 level, okay, will be a good shorting opportunity on the Sears Holdings. Okay, my target will be target 1 of $30.60, and my target 2 will be $29. Okay, Bulls is asking about SPY. Okay, if SPY pulls back to that 204.20 or 205.80, I think it scalps for calls, which will be quick. Okay, if the SPY hits that 208 level, 208.70 level, I would start accumulating SDS. Okay, I would probably accumulate SDS from 208 to about 210. Okay, Starbucks still in play. Okay, okay, you got a bit of a topping tail here on Starbucks. Okay, it did trigger. So watch that topping tail here on Starbucks. So that it triggered 8182 actually triggered today, and ultimately I think that we'll hit that $77.50 test. Okay, that was a beautiful move. It hit here at this top $81 and today, and it gave a good opportunity. I think traders will be able to still add on the Starbucks. Okay, so that's pretty much the options for this week. Okay, so just any questions on any of the options? Any questions on any of the options that I just reviewed? Okay, another one that was a candidate that I'm seeing a little bit of a bullish flag here is Quartz. I didn't post it because it had a little bit of a move today, but what I'm looking at is this flag pattern here on Quartz. Okay, if Quartz can come down to that $73 to 74 range, I think it's a good buy for that 80 strike. Okay, so watch Coors. Coors is Michael Kors Holdings. Okay, you have December holidays coming around. You may have a nice bounce up to this 85 level here. So Michael Kors is a holiday winner. Okay, so just watch this Michael Kors. You got a little bit of a bullish flag here pattern setting up. If it pulls back to that 73 level, okay, I like that for a purchase. 73 to 74 for move up to about 80 to about 82.50. Okay, so I do like the Michael Kors. I didn't post it on the option setups because I was just looking at it. I don't want you guys to add too quickly. I will be watching the Michael Kors here though. Okay. Okay, so moving on to the OTC weekly watch list. First off, let me just mention a lot of stocks are testing 52-week lows. We had stocks like TEWI, which a couple of members mentioned. Um, it hit and tested some lows and had quick scalp moves. So it did rally up to this is pretty much the type of market that we've been having. Pretty much scalp moves, um, stocks that have been getting beaten down, testing new lows. So the TWI didn't hold that that bottom, and then it pulled back all the way down. A lot of people were panicking, but if from what we know as traders, we always know that the probability buy zones are always good areas to buy. Okay, if you notice this was mentioned yesterday by a member, and the stock hit a low of 10. Okay, today it pulled back and it hit a low of 14, I believe, and then it hit a high of 28. So this was a nice play. If you would have added some shares yesterday and accumulated shares from 10 to 13, okay, you would have been in a nice spot, okay, to sell today. All right, so I want traders to watch these levels. Now the stock, okay, has posted a bit of a topping tail here. Well, it's a big topping tail because what you did was you hit a high of 28 and then you closed 50% below that level, which is 14. Okay, so now what you want to see is what kind of support you have from that 9-10 level. Okay, if this stock breaks down below 9, okay, watch out and watch that 5005 to 7 level. Okay, that would be that 50% retrace level from that close of 14. Okay, so just keep in mind that's how traders are looking into these markets. That's how they're trading these markets. Okay, another stock that we were looking that I was looking at was SNDN. Okay, another same similar stock. Okay, these stocks are coming back. They're pulling back. I was looking at this stock. I was thinking about sending it out. Okay, it did test this 12 range, and then before you know it, it hit a high of 29. So this is the type of market that you have here. Okay, you have these quick pullbacks where people are leaving their bids in, they're getting filled, and then they're selling into a rally. Okay, so I want traders to understand that. Okay, there's not that much liquidity, but there is opportunity in the markets. Okay, we talked about XTRN. Okay, XTRN triggered. Okay, it triggered an entry from 11 to 13, and then hit that high of 0.003 for 200%. So knowing this, okay, this is why I created this weekly list. Um, you have to pay close attention to these stocks because these stocks that are breaking new lows, okay, are kissing levels and then closing above certain levels. Okay, so one of the stocks that I'm looking at is LTNC. Okay, LTNC is a stock that's been pretty much beaten down. You had a 3-bar drop, it pulled back. Okay, it's on RSI of 23, and now the stock is trying to hold that 0.003 level. Okay, so typically what you would do is you would buy anywhere from that 0.003 level. But now intraday markets, what happens is these markets pull back or they kiss that level and pull back a little bit lower than that level. So what I would do as a trader, I would look to possibly um, place a couple of orders into the LTNC. Okay, if the stock closes below 0.003 on 2 consecutive closes, then watch that 50% retrace level at 15. But intraday, you could see a pullback to as low as 15. So depending on what type of bid you have, okay, that's where you want to bid at. Okay, I think that'll be a good way to kind of try to get a position in these stocks. All right. So LTNC right now, what we're looking at, it was a low today of 0.0032. So with that said, I posted a buy zone from 0.003 to 4. Now what we're looking for is a pivot close above 5 to confirm that bottom. Okay. If it doesn't, then you may see a little bit of a pullback. Okay. So just bear in mind, if you're going to place some bids, what you want to do is you want to place several bids and kind of get a position in the stock that you're looking at, because most of these stocks are breaking into new lows. Okay, another stock that I'm looking at is HBRM. Okay, today it hit a low of 0.001. Okay, so it's pretty much um, testing that level. I posted the weekly chart here because I wanted you guys to see this big uh, volume day. Okay, this was a big volume week for the HBRM. Okay, the stock did rally last week from 14. I think it hit a low of 14 and then a rally up to about 28.30 range. Okay, now watch that HBRM test that 0.001. If it does, I think it's a good buy zone from 0.001 to 0.0013. Okay, my pivot would be a close above 0.002 and my stop close would be below 0.001 on WDY. I don't know if there's been some newsletters sent out on this one, but this one has kind of broken down, now testing that 10 level. Okay, it did test that 0.001 level and closed at 15, so that could be that bottom. So watch the support on the PWDY. Okay, PWDY 0.001 to 13. If it closes above 18 on 2 consecutive closes, then I think we could test that 43 level, that 20-day moving average. Okay, so watch that PWDY. Okay, I did mention to some traders about a potential group play. I think AURT is a great candidate for a group play. I know some PGM mentioned that there was a 20 billion authorized shares here, but I just don't see it. We saw the same thing with VIIC. Okay, they said it was raised to 15 billion or something like that, and that stock still rallied. I think over here you're getting a bit of a rounded bottom here. Okay, on the weekly and also on the daily chart. Okay, the AURT has strong bids coming in, like Bulls is saying, and I think that if you can buy from 10 to 13 and you're seeing really no sellers, you guys can move up your asks. or your bid to about 12 to 15, and keep your stops tight at 12, close below 12. I just really don't see anybody selling. I'm not seeing any mal MMs on the level 2. I think this is a stock that can go anywhere from 300 to 500%. Ultimately, I think that it could test this 50-day moving average at 0.006. Okay, is it risky? Okay, nothing in the markets is not risky. Okay, everything that you're gonna try to trade has some type of risk. But if you can manage to close this stock above 22, okay, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna confirm that reversal, and you'll have a bottom settled into the stock. Okay, the RSI right now is at 34, has plenty of room to move higher. I think that with good buy pressure, this stock can really move. I am not tweeting this stock. I'm not posting it on emails. I'm just posting it here on the weekly watch list. I'm explaining why I like it. You guys have seen the level 2. I've posted it on the group me chat. Okay. I just think that you guys got to be patient and just look for any sellers in the market. If it does, then what you do is you start closing the stock a little higher. Once you start closing the stock a little higher and you break those pivots, then what you're going to do is you're going to get added attention into the stock. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to use leverage. Okay. A lot of traders are saying, oh, okay, the markets suck. The markets aren't doing anything. There's no liquidity. Well, we have a team here. And I think that if you can kind of agree on a play, okay, what you guys can do is you can focus on that play. You can be focal about it. And then what you could do is work as a team to close that stock higher. Now, I know some people want to take some profits off the table. That's okay, but what you want to do is you want to kind of like set your sell orders accordingly. You don't want to start, hitting the bid. Place your sells, on the way up. That's what you typically want to do, so that stock can fluidly move higher. Okay, from what I see on the AURT, I don't see anybody selling on the bid, which is great. I see people tapping the 13s. I saw somebody remove a sell at 13. I think at the end of the day, there was only 1.2 million on the ask at 13, which is not much. Okay, that's about $1,000. So, you work as a team now. Okay, during these slower months, this is the way to do it. I mean, that's my opinion. Next stock is SMAA. Okay, SMAA. I mentioned in the morning. Okay, watch the stock. We did mention it a couple of weeks back. It hit a low of 14, then it hit a high of 40, which was a 200% move. Now the stock is offering that 0.001 level. I still think that this stock has a good potential to move higher. Okay, you did start seeing some bids coming in on the SMAA. So watch the stock. Okay, I think that the stock has potential to move higher. That's pretty much it for the watch list. People saw it, but UAMM is still in play. The stock has yet to break below 9. Okay, VOIS, I think it triggered at 15. Okay, it's still holding the consolidation period. It had news. I still think that these stocks will do well if you are still owning them. Okay, let me go over a stock that I posted on. I also think that the stock is doing well. Okay, this one is the stock is vertical and horizontal support. Okay, well, you're looking at these trend lines here. I'm looking at this 14, 15, good buy zone. Okay, today it tested at 15 levels, at 16 levels, so you could add it. Um, Ultimately, I see the stock testing this 23. Our pivot here is a close above 26 on 2 consecutive closes. So DKTS is a good stock to keep an eye on. Okay, so just watch that DKTS. You're trading above the 50 and the 20-day moving average. Okay, so that's pretty bullish on the stock. If the stock breaks above 26, I think we could get this stock up to about 36.40. So just keep an eye on that DKTS, just in case you guys haven't been watching it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. These are the stocks that I'm looking at. MMA, DOI, probability buy zones, stock. Okay, if you see it here, it hit a low 14, then it hit a high of about 45. So you're talking about a 200, 300% potential on the SMAA. So that could be a good group play too if you traders start buying that and holding that support. So that's about it. I don't have any more information for you guys. I don't have anything else to add. I think that if you guys are really concentrated and setting up and using your leverage, I think this is the best time. Holiday season is here. What you want to do is typically find those low float setups. When we did do that meeting, um, we talked about what was one of NLEF? That was one. And if you see the NLEF had a nice move. It gave an entry at 11 and hit a high of 36. So the NLEF was a good move. I think another one was BVAT. What was the other one? BCAN. That was it. Okay, we gave the BCAN at 10 level, okay, and you had a nice move on the beacon. Now you're actually testing that level again. So beacon had a nice move. It hit a high. Gave an opportunity to enter at a low of 11, and then hit a high of 23. So that was a nice 100% move on the beacon. So sometimes when you start trading these stocks and you start um, using your leverage as a team, I think it gives a good opportunity for these stocks to move higher. So just bear that in mind, okay? Like I said, I'm not going to force anyone to do a group play, but I think that with a team effort, I think you'll get good results. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I will not have an email update. Okay, I will just send out the weekly watch list tonight for tomorrow, and you guys can log in. You can also. I will be on next week. I will be not, I will be on um, during trading hours. I'm not going to be on too long because I will be busy. But any stocks that do trigger, I will send out the SMS and I will send out the mobile app. So that all will get done. Okay. Any questions on anything that we reviewed? Any concerns? Any comments? Any opinions on what we can do? Okay, so is AURT a group play? So Julius is asking if AURT is a group play. Yes, Julius, I think that the buy zones on AURT speak for themselves. Buy zones are from 0009 to 12. If you want to add the 13s, because I haven't really seen any 0009s go, you just want to maintain a tight stop. Okay, the stock, has a good bid. Okay, stay on the bid. Okay, if once we start seeing where we're actually going with the stock, we can look to break that pivot of 22. Um, Immediately after buying your stock, set a sell order. What I would do as a team, since the stock is so thin, I would start spreading the sell orders higher. Okay, what we don't want to do is we don't want to sell on the bid. You want to slowly, gradually get that stock higher. Okay, if it does close above 22, I think that we'll see a lot of eyes on it. And then what we could do is we could slowly start releasing it to the public, start posting it on Twitter, and start posting on iHub. For now, let the stock, consolidate. See what type of sellers you have. I haven't seen any. Today was only 100,000 shares, and there's a lot lighter shares at 13. Okay, so the buy zones that I'm looking at now is 10 to 13 with a stop close below 10 on two consecutive closes. Okay, if the stock breaks above 17, then my next target is 22. After 22, then I'm looking at the 39 level and potentially move to 62. So if we can play this stock right, I think it'll be a good group play. So okay, so if we are organized, we should be great. I think that Tango makes a valid point. I think organization is key. Um, for right now, what I've seen on the AURT, okay, on the AURT, what I've noticed is that the stock has been lowest point that it's seen right now is the lowest point that it's seen right now is pretty much this 9 level. So I don't think that these guys that bought in at 9 over here on the 24th of or well the 24th of November. I don't think they've sold. I think that if we can get this stock to close above 14, okay, here on the daily, okay, it'll bode well. I think that we get this stock to close above 14. I think what we'll do is we'll slowly start testing the 17 level and see a breakout. Okay, overall, I think that we can get this stock to about this range here, to about 35. If we can hold shares, okay, hold shares from this level and start selling near these levels, okay, I think that will be good. Okay. Longer term, when I'm looking at the weekly chart, okay, what I want to see this stock do is close above this 22 level. So if you're buying from 10 to 13, or let's say you buy a partial at 13, then that's okay as long as we hold this level. Okay. So let's say if some of you guys add at 13, okay, then let's as a team raise our bids, okay, and let's instead of having that 0009 as a support, let's raise the bid to about 11 to about 12, okay, to get that support in at 12, okay. What you want to do is you want to show that there's buy pressure in the stock because if it does move up and there's no bids, then it's going to look like there's no buy pressure. So typically, what you want to do is you want to kind of like a stair step, whether it's adding some shares on the ask, whether it's $50, $100 at the end of the day. But what you want to do is you want to show gradual improvement on the stock, okay? But because what you can do here is you can get a nice rounded bottom here, and then you can test this 62 level. And if you're buying at 13 now, okay, you're talking about a 20-30% difference. So from lows. And by the time these 13s are up here by 30 to 62, you're talking about those 13s having now worth something. Okay, you're adding value. That's the thing I want you guys to understand. When you trade these stocks, you're adding value to these stocks. Okay, if you're buying 13s or you accumulate from 13 to 15, let's say, okay, now your average is at 14, the stock's at 28, you're up 100%. So two ticks doesn't really matter on the group play. All right. So I just want traders to understand if you're getting into the stock a little bit higher, then adjust your stops. Okay. If I get in at 15, then my stop is going to be a close below 13 on two consecutive closes. Okay. So just trade it accordingly. Okay. Not all the time will you be able to add at a certain level. Okay. And that's not to say rush and buy the stock, but just use your best judgment. If you're gonna do this group play, okay, my group play, all I'm gonna spend is $300 to $500 on this group play, and the first I'm gonna add $150, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slowly add to my position, and then ultimately add as much as $500 in the stock. Now the stock goes up 200%, you're up $1,000. Okay, so I mean this is how a group setup works. Okay, if the group setup works, then we can practice on more, we can do more, and we can take also we can take votes on what kind of stocks we can look at for a group play. All right. Okay, another stock that I failed to mention, I think it's another good stock that gave an opportunity to enter is ONCI. This is a post reverse split. Okay, this is a stock that I think that it's finding its bottom. So this is a good buy zone here. If we saw a stock like Sure, that stock was sitting at 10 for quite some time, and then it hit a high of 58. Okay, which was a great move from that 0009 level that it hit. Okay, so watch this ONCI right now. Okay, ONCI, if you see here, okay, you had a big volume day here. Okay, this big volume week here. You hit a low of 0004 and now closed at 6. So typically, what I want to see this stock is close above at the high of the week. Okay, but this is a good trade. If you look at the level 2 on the ONCI, it's very thin. Okay, so just watch the ONCI. Another one that I like for going long in the past is CFGX, and I posted. We saw STTK what it did. Okay, now look at the CFGX here. Okay, CFGX here is showing a bottom here. Okay, so Tango says some of us use Skype as well. Anybody interested? Let's meet and talk in a group me and make it work. Okay, I do agree. I think that sometimes we got to move our egos aside. I know sometimes a lot of traders like to call their trades. They want to, they're posting in their new groups or they have their own rooms, and um, I embrace that. I'm not saying that I don't want that happening. I don't mind it. All you guys are basically your own traders, but what you want to understand is that trading requires a team and a team effort. Okay, we can post as many tickers in a room, okay, but then it gets just washed up, and then it gets pretty much you know it just becomes noise after a while. So when I do send out these setups, I'll post them in an RSP Premium. I'll post setups because I firmly believe it's a good entry and good levels, and I pretty much post the reasons why. But once you start getting guys just posting stuff just to post stuff, okay, then we just become another chat room. So this is something that we gotta kind of focus on. Be a little bit more in tune of what we're trying to achieve here. We are in holidays, so holidays will typically be slower. So what we want to do is we want to get the best opportunity for us to trade and make a profitable trade. Okay, with that said, okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Get some rest. Okay, we should be ready for tomorrow, another day's trading. And thank you all for joining me today. Okay, I just want to thank all you guys for your loyal support, and we will continue to make this the best experience and get some profits out of trading, even in a dull market. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Take care.